On the 21st November 1926, there were some very interesting planetary alignments. Something important was happening amongst the stars. At noon, there was an upper conjunction of Sun and Venus. At 6 o'clock in the evening, a conjunction of Sun and Saturn. Sun and Saturn were going to be in conjunction. What was more natural than that we should prepare to make several experiments with silver, iron, and lead during the time in question? For months, we had studied the actions of these substances in cooperation during the day and during the night. According to the statements of Dr. Steiner, in a solution of lead, the powers of Saturn should manifest themselves. Now in the heavens, at the time given, something particular is happening with Saturn. If in reality this planet, so far away from Earth, is in some connection with the lead on Earth, then surely the lead solution must be influenced by other forces at the time the Sun is standing before Saturn, than when this is not the case. Here was an experiment that could make our hearts beat quicker. Would it be possible to penetrate into the secrets of the cosmos, or not? On the 21st November 1926, at 6 p.m., we dipped the filter paper into a solution of silver, iron, and lead. At this season of the year, it is quite dark at 6 o'clock in the evening. It seemed likely, therefore, that we should have a picture similar to that shown on plate 8. To our great astonishment, a long time elapsed and nothing appeared on the paper. In normal circumstances, the first forms appear in 10 or 15 minutes. In this case, more than a whole hour elapsed before the first forms made their appearance. At 11 p.m., the picture was finished. See plate 11. Where are all the forms? Where is the lead? A remarkable result indeed, and I must confess that I felt somewhat disconcerted at it, the more so as I had expected, when undertaking the experiment, that if Sun and Saturn were in conjunction, then some particular force would be communicated to the lead, and the picture would be more powerful than ever. But I found the contrary to be the case. It seemed as if the lead could not act at all. My abstract idea was corrected by reality. The experiment was repeated at 12 p.m. midnight in the dark room. We knew that here the formative forces acted more intensely. 2 hours later, we looked to see what had happened. Again, we were astonished at what we found. The picture was so remarkable, such a riddle, that we determined to make yet another experiment at 2 a.m. Plate 12 represents the picture obtained from the experiment carried out from midnight until 4 a.m. Every possible defect in the carrying out of the experiment was guarded against. The arrangements were such that under normal circumstances, a picture similar to plate 10 was to be expected. Yet what did we see? Instead of heavy massive forms, an utter blank. An invisible hand had blotted out the workings of the lead in my solution. And whose was the invisible hand? It was the Sun. The Sun had stood before the planet Saturn, and here below, on the Earth, the lead could not manifest its activity. When the stars speak, humans must stand still in silent awe. Plate 13 represents the picture obtained from the combination of silver, iron, and lead in solution from 2 a.m. until 7 a.m. on the same morning. Slowly, very slowly and delicately are the forms returning. One can feel the Sun has ceased to cover entirely the planet Saturn, but even this picture has no resemblance with our usual forms. After the Sun-Saturn conjunction, on November 22nd at 11 a.m., we again made an experiment with the silver, iron, and lead in the darkroom and obtained the picture you see on plate 14. That evening, November 22nd, at 11 p.m., we again made an experiment with the silver, iron, and lead in the darkroom and obtained the picture you see on plate 15. The conjunction of Sun and Saturn was over. Normal conditions had returned, and day and night gave us again the customary, well-known, beautiful forms. The stars have spoken and shown us the bridge that spans the gulf from earth to heaven, from the material to the spiritual, to the matter that is penetrated with spirit. If only people would comprehend the words of Rudolf Steiner in their true meaning, looking upon them as stepping stones on the road from earth to the cosmos, humanity would then be able to fulfill the mission ascribed to it by by the guiding spirit of the time.